everyone, it's me, Julian F. Castillo, a science educator from Mindoro State University. And in this video, we will find out what is coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19, how it can affect humans, what are the kinds of COVID-19 tests available, what are the different types of COVID-19 vaccines that were approved and endorsed to the public, and how these vaccines work with our body to protect us. Should we follow health protocols once we recovered? And we will also find out what is Delta variant. Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by newly discovered coronavirus. It is highly transmittable and pathogenic viral infection caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2, which caused global pandemic that led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide. Genomic analysis revealed that SARS-CoV-2 is a phylogenetically related to a severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS-like bat viruses. Therefore, bat could be the possible primary reservoir. The first transmission of COVID-19 to human was in Wuhan, China. Since then, the virus has mostly spread through person-to-person contact. The intermediate source of origin and transfer to human is not known. However, the rapid human-to-human transfer has been confirmed widely. Ngayon, paano nga ba natin malalaman kapag ang isang tao ay may sintomas ng COVID-19? According to World Health Organization or WHO, the most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, and dry cough. At kumisan, nakakaranas din sila ng pananakit na pangangatawan, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, and diarrhea. They will experience mild to moderate symptoms which can manifest difficulty breathing and become seriously ill. Since coronavirus began its rampant spread, we have slowly come to learn about the confusing array of available testing options at mayroon tayong tatlong uri ng COVID-19 test. The first one is molecular test or PCR test, which are considered the most sensitive for detecting an active infection, and the results are highly accurate. Ang ginagamit sa test na ito ay saliva, which people may found more comfortable. Plus, mas madali din itong gamitin and perhaps less intimidating than long swab testing used in healthcare settings. Second, antigen test, often called a rapid test. It was being used to screen large numbers of people tulad sa mga airport. Antigen testing works in much the same way as molecular testing. So, if you test positive, it's probably correct. Antigen tests are highly accurate. But the problem is, these tests are more likely to miss active infection. And the third is antibody test or serology test or blood test. This test look for antibodies to the coronavirus. This cannot diagnose active coronavirus infection. All it tells you is whether you have been infected at some point in the past, even if that occurred months ago. Antibodies do not become detectable until at least several days after an infection has started. Antigens are the proteins that exist on the outer shell of the virus, so it is the part of the virus itself, while antibodies are produced by the human body against those specific antigens. So that's the simple way of understanding the two. Vaccines are designed to give us immunity without the danger of getting the disease. It is safe and getting vaccinated will help protect us against developing severe COVID-19 disease and dying from COVID-19. There are different types of COVID-19 vaccines that were approved and endorsed to the public. And the first one is Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, which is recommended for people 12 years and older. Based on evidence from clinical trials, this Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was 95% effective and preventing laboratory-confirmed infection with the virus that causes COVID-19 in people who received 2 doses and had no evidence of being previously infected. Second, the Moderna vaccine, which is recommended for people aged 18 years and older. Based on evidence from clinical trials, the Moderna vaccine was 94.1% effective and also highly effective at preventing COVID-19 among people of diverse age, sex, race, and ethnicity categories and among people with underlying medical conditions. Third, the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine, which is recommended for people 18 years and older. The Janssen COVID-19 vaccine was 66.3% effective in clinical trials at preventing laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 infection in people who received the vaccine and had no evidence of being previously infected, and people had the most protection 2 weeks after getting vaccinated. Next is Sinopharm and Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine, which is produced by Beijing Bio-Institute of Biological Products, subsidiary of China National Biotech Group. In clinical trials across the world, Sinovac and Sinopharm's inactivated virus vaccines have been shown to be 50% to 79% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 infection. Both are inactivated virus vaccines, which means they are made from viral particles produced in a lab which are then inactivated so they can't infect you with COVID-19. Equitable access to safe and effective vaccines is critical to ending the COVID-19 pandemic, so it is hugely encouraging to see so many vaccines proving and going into development. Ensure every country receives them and can roll them out to protect their people, starting with the most vulnerable. But it is not vaccines that will stop the pandemic, it is the vaccination.
When your body fights off a virus, it makes antibodies that act like soldiers. They learn what the enemy looks like so they can fight it again successfully in the future. Vaccines help us do that, training our immune soldiers to be ready in the war against COVID.
COVID-19 vaccines work with our body to protect and train our bodies to develop defenses to the disease without having to get the illness. It teaches our immune system to recognize coronavirus at the same time fight the infections. Stay safe by taking some simple precautions such as social distancing, wearing a face mask and face shield, keeping the rooms well ventilated, avoiding crowds, cleaning our hands and then sanitize with alcohol, and coughing into a bent elbow or tissue. And this way, we can protect ourselves and others from COVID-19. Delta variant is a SARS-CoV-2 mutation and is more contagious than other virus strains. World Health Organizations called this version of virus the fastest in the fittest. And if the Delta variant continues to move fast enough to accelerate the pandemic, it could lead to hyperlocal outbreaks. Until next time then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stick with science.